Bloodsuckers matchup: Count Dracula versus Edward Cullen. Because let's face it, he's everywhere. He's absolutely everywhere. So, if you had a stake in your hand and you thought you could honestly kill one for the betterment of mankind, who would you kill?
That's a silly question.
I'm sorry. There's no debate here.
Just straight up Edward Cullen.
Oh yeah, that's just for betterment of many things, really. That's betterment
But
of
the thing
bookshelves.
is-
That's betterment of multiplexes. That's just sort of get rid of that dead awful character.
But the
good.
thing is here that I'm convinced that Edward Cullen is not a vampire.
It's
I'm
because he
convinced that
glitters?
none of those characters in the Twilight books, films, what have you, are vampires. They're more like, if you think about it, they're more like superheroes.
Okay, explain a little bit.
Because each one of them has a different power,
Okay.
right? They're on like a group. And
So it's like
they technically can go out in the sunlight.
a disco ball Justice League?
Yeah, something like that. And they go out and when a certain amount of light hits them, all they do is glitter, right? So if you think about it, they're not so vampire-y in the classical sense.
What do you think she was thinking when she created these glittery vampires that a whole generation has latched onto and forgot what a vampire can be?
Oh, I think she read the Vampire Diaries books that had come out like 10 years before the Twilight books and had a better story in them.
And she just
I
decided,
said, okay,
hey,
I'm going to dumb this down a little bit and, aim it toward the tween
yeah.
audience.
They now call it
And-
the paranormal romance.
Yeah. Well, I guess she kind of created a whole genre there.
Which I find really, really sad because when you say vampires to a lot of people these days, first thing they think of is Twilight. They don't think about like even Interview with the Vampire or
Right.
the original ones. I would pay to see Count Dracula take on Edward Cullen and that entire crappy vampire family.
Yeah. Well, or what's the main character in Twilight?
Bella.
Bella. I wonder if she would be as attracted to Nosferatu as she was to Edward. If Nosferatu in the film was would be as attractive to if they depicted vampires in that form, would all the little tween girls be running after them like Bella?
What do you think?
It's tricky. I mean, it sort of is like I have a pretty firm dislike for the Twilight films. I've seen them all, but
I'm so sorry. I've read all the books. Don't even ask.
well, let's say that's a tie then, but it sort of is like, and the thing about it is Cullen's character is like he's not just at his core. He's not interesting.
None of them are interesting.
He's not interesting. None of them are really that interesting at all as far as characters go.
And even his look.
Yeah, and
isn't
the whole
that
thing.
interesting.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't get in to see, Depeche Mode in 1992 or something. He just looks it's like it's not that he's shimmery. The shimmery thing bothers me. Dracula, on the other hand, is a beautiful character, amazing character, and is very powerful. That's the thing with Dracula. It's like when you start making him less powerful and part of this collective of all this baloney, it takes away that power of what that character really is, like the mind control, so to speak, and then the shape shifting and all the rest of that kind of thing. He's this purely powerful character. And you watch that original one, the original was 1932, 33, I can't remember.
Wow, you're really good with dates.
That's
I'm
one
like,
of those-
a long time ago.
It was back when the whole world was black and white. There was no color at that time. It was all black and white. That character is so intimidating. And I remember seeing it when I was younger and watching it again not too long ago. And that character just has this amazing presence. And it's, if they had had a shred of that in any of these Twilight movies, they would have brought something to it. But there's just no presence whatsoever. When he growls and bangs into stuff and flies from tree to tree or whatever else, it's adorable. It's cute, isn't it? Oh, it isn't. It's just lovely. It's not formidable. It's not scary. It has no presence.
And also, the Dracula character has a seductiveness to him.
Yes, very
and
much
I didn't
so.
see Edward
Yeah, very
having
much
this.
so.
I mean, he
glittered.
It looked like he spent more time on his hair than Bella did. And so,
Well, and that's kind of the thing. It sort of is like, and that's what makes it so frustrating, is that like you get all these teen girls going nuts over the thing and buying all the books and the movies, all the money, but the character's not that good. He's just not that good.
None of them are very good.
And it's just sort of like, and that's the thing that's frustrating because the Dracula character is this timelessly formidable character, and this Edward character, even the arc of his story, if you want to call it that, You know, it's just to me, if you got these teen girls' attention, and teen girls been going nuts over things since the wheel, I would imagine. Give them something better. Give them a better character. You know, and to me, if you're talking about that kind of literature, just look at the Harry Potter books. You know, it's like people went nutty over that when that whole thing was going on. But there's better characters in those books. You know, Stephanie Meyer needed to write that character better, make it more like Dracula.
Maybe Stephanie Meyer should just learn to write. Period.
That would be another thing, because those books are that's a different conversation. For different day.
They're horrible. I will totally back you on that one. So, worst vampire ever is definitely going to Edward Cullen.
Yes.
We will never miss a chance to diss on Twilight on this show. We had a whole show where we just bashed Twilight. Okay, we spent a whole hour. It was awesome.